Alright, look, yeah, I'm gonna go into detail about this game, but all I really need to say is look at this Mola Mola sticker. Look at it! Also, I'm pretty sure he's missing a kidney. Also, side note, the version of this game that I played that you're seeing is incomplete, so keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that things are subject to change. Beglitched is it's a bit hard to describe with normal genre words. It's almost like a mixture of Bejeweled and Minesweeper with some power-ups, and everything's flavored around hacking in a way that's so adorable I want to hug it. Created by Hexecutable, the two-friend team of Jenny and Alec behind the iOS game Stellar Smooch, Beglitched is inspired by a surprising variety of things. On the gameplay side, things were inspired by the act of software debugging in games like Minesweeper and the Carmen Sandiego series. For visuals, according to Jenny, it's all of the pink Pokemon. The initial prototype created by Alec was visually and tonally the polar opposite of what currently exists. It had art that was very standard for Cyberpunk, and it was far too serious. This was an issue the team had up until Jenny showed Alec a sample of art for the game done in soft pastel colors. They took that style and ran with it to create this wonderful little bundle of soft colors and lighthearted cyberpunk before you. In Beglitched, you're simply a person that happened upon a laptop. The game starts with you booting it up and getting a message from the previous owner, a mysterious and quite sassy figure known only as Glitch Witch. She tells you that it's totally cool for you to keep the laptop and that she'll tell you her secrets, but you need to do some favors for her first. Thus begins your journey through the computer networks of the world. Along the way, you'll slowly learn more and more about Glitch Witch as you explore the net using her alias. Where things get really interesting, though, is in the mechanics, the actual gameplay. It's really twofold. As you progress through areas, you'll get passwords that unlock the next area, and each area is basically a network of various computers that you need to work your way through up to a boss fight. Each network has encounters with hackers that are out to make a name for themselves all scattered around. Ending up on the same computer as one of them kicks off a fight, and I'll go into detail on that in a little bit. In the network screen, your goal is to find the exit. Simple as that. Some screens have secrets in them though, so it's up to you to decide if you want to hunt them down or not. Moving around the board isn't as simple as clicking on the computer you want to get to though. You have to move through connected computers, so you'll get to the one you want, but you have to touch all of the ones in between it first. This can cause you to run into encounters, so it's important to pay attention to the lines between computers because those are the paths that you'll end up taking. There are a number of things that you can find on each computer. You can get items, bun-buns, messages, mines, or eggs. Items are things that you can use during encounters. Bun-buns are a collectible. Messages give you some story bits. Mines deal a single point of damage to you, and eggs reset and scramble the network, mixing up the connections between computers and resetting their screens so you can't see what's on them. In order to interact with anything on a computer, you need to log into it, so simply standing on it won't cause anything to happen. Now here's where the Minesweeper part of things actually comes into play. When standing on a computer, you'll see what objects are in computers that are connected to it. So, like you can see here, if a computer has an item and a bun-bun connected to it, then you'll see those on the monitor, but it won't tell you which connected computer has what. If you're standing on a computer that has the item, however, then the symbol for it will pulse on the connected machines. The actual encounters are an entirely different ordeal. The goal in each is to find and blow up whatever hacker you're against. Each type of hacker acts differently. Some stay still, some move side to side, some up and down, yada yada yada. In order to find them, you have to shuffle around the board. Getting 3 or 4 of an object in a row or column right next to each other will cause them to combine, allowing more objects to fall down and fill the board. Each type of object has a specific function as well. Money is money. Clearing some of them off the board will grant you cash to spend in shops on items. Bombs are used to blow up the opposing hacker and win the encounter. You can stack these to improve how effective they are. Computers grant you cycles, which are moves you can make in a turn. Typically, when you run out of cycles, your enemy will deal damage to you. Depending on the type of enemy, they'll move after each cycle or when you run out of cycles. Batteries grant you energy, which you need in order to activate compasses and do other things. And compasses help you figure out where the enemy is hiding. They'll point you in the general direction, and as you move them closer, it'll be easier and easier to figure out where they are, allowing you to set up your bombs and win. An interesting twist is that the board actually stays the same between encounters. A tip the game provides is to use easier encounters to set up your board for harder ones. Planning ahead is quite useful and will almost always pay off. In addition, during encounters, you can use items that you picked up from other computers or bought at shops to help out. It takes a cycle to place an item on the board, but it's well worth it. After you leave a network, either by losing all of your health or disconnecting, you'll lose all of your items, so so be careful with how much you spend and make sure you use most of your items. I don't have many critiques for Beglitched, to be honest. The one thing I really noticed is that it's a bit unclear what the duck's behavior is at first. It says side to side, but it was a bit confusing to realize that it meant left to right one space at a time, and not it's on one side of the board and then the other. I figured it out eventually, but that could have been worded a bit better. There are so many amazing things about Beglitched, but I honestly feel that my favorite part is how deceptively challenging it can be. This is a game that makes you think and pay attention, a game that you need to learn before you're great at it, and it makes the experience fun by keeping things lighthearted and a little self-aware. It's a great game that's been greenlit and will eventually be on Steam. If you like puzzle games, or if you could go for a lighthearted and silly approach to cyberpunk adventures and hacking, then this is definitely one that you should keep an eye on. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Indie Bytes. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe for more. If you've got any indie games I should check out, then please shoot them my way. You can leave a comment down below or drop me a line on Twitter. My handle's @forkh, or you can shoot me an email at fork4h@gmail.com. I'll see you next time. Bye!